This video is sponsored by Value Testers. Hot preseason promo deals on Bacharach, Testo, combustion analyzers. Check out Value Testers for a full preview of specials, deals, and promos. Best tool company on the web, no one compares. Description and link below.
Morning guys, December 19, 2018. This one here I gotta go do a service on a couple of oil boilers. So they're a small commercial building, like a garage type of setup. So the guy said that it's tripping out on safety. The bigger unit's tripping out on safety. I think it's a weil mclain 3-gallon plus type of burner in that thing. I mean, it's a good size. Then they got a smaller unit over there. And I'm gonna go. He said it tripped it out. He reset it once and it's been running ever since. So we'll go check it out. I have serviced these in the past. Usually once a year I take care of them, so I'm familiar with the units. I'll try to get you some shots if I can. Guys, I'm back at this new weil mclain. These are the good weil mclains. I mean, the heavy duty, big units. This is where I like weil mclains for commercial space, but in the house, not so much. But he's saying this thing's tripping out on safety one time, so we'll have to take it apart and see. Check the oil flow. It's kind of odd to have a shut off like that on there. And I got another one over there, but I was just here beginning of the year, brush vacuumed, cleaned return head, new filter at tank. He's got half a tank of fuel, so I don't think that's the issue. Sometimes they just trip out. I mean, it's just how it is. We'll check the head and check the flow. Check the oil flow, make sure we're getting a good oil flow. You see, that's a 2-stage pump. See how big it is? That's 2-stage. That's a big burner. This one should be a 15-second control. Yeah, see, lockout 15 seconds. 3 gallons or bigger on the nozzle has to be 15-second lockout. The ones I usually use are 45. Well, look at the FF. He's got a thermostat wire going for the FF. I mean, that's not. It's kind of odd. We'll check the CAD cell. We'll check it out. The pressure looks a little high there. I really want to drain some out. Where's the tank? Expansion tank's there. I'll probably drain some water out of that baby. It's looking a little high there, Mama. Tight. Make sure that CAD cell's clean. That gets dirty. It's alright. It's 9/16. It's a big nozzle. It does have some carbon on the head. We'll clean that up and probably put a new nozzle on it. It makes a difference if you got carbon on the head like this, you know. Clean it up. I'm probably going to change that nozzle. I don't know if I changed it last time. I believe I did, but I'm not sure. Don't hurt to give it a good cleaning like that, you know. I'm gonna take the nozzle out and see what it looks like in there. A little bit of muck on there. You have to check the filters, check the pump filter. Yeah, that's a 350/60, and that's a big ass nozzle, man. Wow. Try to get one, see what I got in the truck. Alright, I got a 350/60 in the truck. We'll put a new one in there. I believe that's a new nozzle in there. Let's see if I change it. Let's see what it says. Alright, I'm going to put the new nozzle. Looks like it's been a year and a half or a couple of years since I changed the nozzle. So we'll put a new nozzle in there. We'll check the pump filter. I bet you that could be, got some schmag on there. It's a big nozzle, man. You want to get that right in the middle there and tighten it up. See, that's in the middle of the electrodes. Electrodes look fine. That fits right in the groove there. See the little groove? It fits right in there. It's like that. gonna check the pump screen. I haven't cleaned that. This is a two-stage pump. You could tell by the how big this is. See how deep this is? It's two-stage. He said it did trip, so we'll have to give it the once over, and if it goes out again, we'll get into it deeper. I do have it off here. Usually you could just plop it right here. A little dirty. Not crazy dirty, but a little bit. I'll give it a cleaning. Like I said, you could just put a new one on there. I don't know, I might have a new one in the truck, but put some carb cleaner on there, or oil, and just clean it. It's stainless steel. Some guys get all bum hurt because I clean them. Whatever. Don't matter. Get bum hurt if you want. I could care less. I do that because there's nothing wrong with it. It's all stainless. You can clean them up. It's not rocket science. Gasket stuck well onto the side there, so I don't have to take that off. If the gasket rips, you have to change it. No, she wasn't really dirty, but we're gonna see if we can bleed it. This thing pumps a lot of oil in there. He's a monster. So once we start it, we'll jump out FF. So it's a quick 15-second unit. Should be bled enough there. I didn't get it on in time. New nozzle, 3.57. It's a big nozzle. Clean burner head, clean pump filter, good oil flow. I don't think I did change the nozzle on this thing. Clean nozzle. Clean nozzle. See, way back. Usually them big nozzles, you don't have to change them all the time. But anyway, we put a new one in there this time. And up and running. Oh, I gotta drain that tank down too, I think. That expansion tank. I'm gonna try to drain that tank down and see if there's any water in it. See if I get that pressure down. That seems a little high. Alright, we're gonna drain that tank down. Let's see if we get that pressure down a little bit. See, it's at 30. That relief valve is going to blow at 30. So I got my my hose going over into a toilet. All right. Drain this long expansion tank down. There's a feeder right here with a bypass. So we'll shut this off. We'll shut this off. The bypass. Oh, the bypass is already off. So we shut the feeder off, and we shut the line going from the boiler to the tank. And then we'll open this to drain it. Now this one's got a bleeder on it right there, see it? And open that bleeder. And that's a tube that goes all the way up. Make sure everything shuts off before I open that bleeder. Alright, I shut that other one off too. I shut that other valve off too, so both valves are off. This ball valve's off. So there shouldn't be any more pressure. This thing should start pulling a vacuum. Yeah, see now it's slowing way down. Ooh. What the hell we got there? It don't look so kosher. Why would you wear gloves? I never figure it out. Why'd somebody wear gloves? Drain that tank down completely. There's no other tappings on that thing. That's a big unit, man. Alright, so I've taken this screw out. And then there's a tube that goes all the way up to help this thing drain. I also got another one on this side. I got a bleeder here also. See it? This is a nice one too. Things are expensive. But that one there had one built into the handle. You'll see if you ever take this out, it's got a tube in there that goes all the way up to the top of the tank. So when you're draining it, you take that out, lets air up into the tank to relieve the pressure to drain it. Alright, you can see it's drained. Now without pulling that plug out, I mean, it would have took forever. You wouldn't be able to get it out. You gotta take that plug out. I did have to shut off both valves on both sides of the feeder. And once we fill it, it should stay around 15 pounds. Feeder was stuck. Now it's filling in here. Could open this up too. And this is going to do is going to push the pressure that, you know, was in the boiler into this. Right? Alright, so that's better. That's around, you know, 10, 12, something like that. Blade oil valve. So, what we had to do is we had to shut the ball valve off going into the unit. And then this fed this way, so we had to shut the water feeder in and then drain the tank down. Once we isolated that tank, drain it. Take that little plug out to let air in to drain the tank. There's a tube in there. There's also a tube in this one too. They're expensive. These things are like, you know, $100, $125, something like that. They're very expensive. This one's got a gauge on it. Filled, kind of odd. That should be better. What was going to happen before was the thing was going to build up pressure and blow the relief valve. Just right here. We caught it in time. Drained expansion tank complete. Alright, so now I gotta do this. I gotta do this one next. I'll check this one. I'll check the nozzle on it, make sure. I was just here a year ago. Clean retention head and nozzle, good draft. So what I'll do is I'll change the nozzle on this one. Change the nozzle on this, check the head, and then we'll be ready to go. Yeah, it's been 2 years since I've put the new nozzle in there, so take it out, put a new nozzle in it, check the retention head, and that should be it. Put it off right there. Well, mclain. These aren't the greatest units in the world. Okay, so it's nice and clean. It's over. This checks if the retention head is broken off or burnt away, and also if there's any carbon on there, it'll clean it, it'll drop off the carbon. That's why I do that. There's a retention head stationary in there. That'll clean it, drop any carbon off it. I will change this nozzle. It's been a couple of years, so we'll change it. We'll check to see if it's full of schmag on the end there, so we'll have to clean that pump filter. It's a 110, looks like. I'll go with a 1 gallon 70 on there. It's fine. A lot of times these guys oversize the nozzle. They put big nozzles in there because they're from the oil companies, you know, and they want to sell them oil. Sometimes you go with a smaller nozzle, run better. Do the job too. Just don't use as much oil. Something like this, I probably could have dropped it down to 185. Well, we'll stay with a 1 gallon. Be fine. Give it a little quickie, Mama. Give it a quickie. We'll turn it on. Turn it on, check the draft. It's off on limit. What do we got on this thing? Zone valves. Zone valves on the return. She's calling. Barely even hear it running. Didn't even think it was firing. It was running so quiet. Fire, that's perfect. Fire. You can see that boiler pressure's fine. That's got its own expansion tank there. So new nozzle, clean burner head, good draft over fire. That's the nozzle I put in there. It's a good size weil mclain here. I don't know how many. Let's see what the BTU rating is in this thing. 521,000. Yeehaw! Running good. See, is it running good, y'all? That's a big size unit, man. Wow. Look at that for a chimney clean out. I'll throw all kinds of shit in here. Why not, right? Crazy. That's flipping nuts. That's my Miss Molly. That's my little buddy. How you doing? Huh? How you doing, Miss Molly? You waiting for Daddy? You waiting for Daddy? Cutie pie? You got a tough life. Oh, I know you've got a tough life. Yeah, you're a licker. You've got a tough life. You got a tough. Oh yeah, you got a tough.